Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so therapy session right now, but I'm not going to talk about myself because I said I wanted to bring some conversations to the topic, to the conversation. Yeah, bring some topics to the conversation that often I would bring to therapy sessions, and you know, basically say things that I thought would be controversial in nature, or maybe something that I just didn't want people to really be drawn to for the reason of cloud chasing. I would say, big names and things like that, but just wouldn't attach their name to the headline. Um, Instead, we make it a therapy session. So that's something that I like doing. It's just the opposite of what everybody else is doing, you know? So this is me doing me. And I just saw something, I believe it was Isaac Hayes the third, posted something in regards to Jim Jones at the Gucci store. I don't know which branch, where in the country, I don't know where he was. But essentially, he was walking around with his camera in his face, telling the world about how he had not been treated with the utmost respect. He had gone there to run up the bill above $25,000, and he hadn't as much as been offered some sparkling water. They didn't bring uh, a manager to him, and when they did bring the manager out, I guess the manager was African American, so he felt like he was being patronized in that way. He wanted to speak to a manager of a higher rank, and for some reason or another, they weren't able to bring anyone out. So he was just letting us know of his experience and how appalled he was at how he was being treated. And I was looking in the comment section as I always do, and somebody had pointed out a book called The Secret of Selling to the Negro, or something like that. Secret Selling to the Negro. It's a book I want to check out. I always want to know the secrets. I always want to know what others are reading in regards to how we're being treated, because I know it's an understanding based on the pairings that you see in regards to how we're treated. It's teachings, certain things that we think are just people being racist. No, they're applying methods to treatment, and we're not privy to those treatment methods. They're trying to handle us, and I understand this. I don't understand why necessarily, but I suppose if you're on the other side of right when it comes to treating people wrong, you definitely want to have them treat you with a little bit less than what would otherwise be natural in regards to response. So you would otherwise have to engage in some type of psychological trips or flips or whatever you could do to make sure that they're not lashing out at you or what have you. So that's natural. It's a defense mechanism to be manipulative in that way. I get that. But in looking at the situation as a whole, I'm saying you got Jim Jones going in there. He's been screaming Gucci in his music just like many others. Making the company as famous and hot as it is, just like we do with so many other designer brands, our culture. And sometimes it's a give and take because we really like the art, really like the prestige that comes with it. Sometimes the styles are really dope. Sometimes they, you know, have black artists that collaborate, and sometimes the artists can find themselves on the right side of rich because they've collaborated with these various designers. So it's not like there isn't a great deal of benefit on both sides in a lot of cases, promoting different brands such as Gucci. But at the end of the day, we do have to be honest about who owns these companies, and if they're not us, then we need to understand that we're making others rich, and maybe that's something you support. But if it's not something that you're willing to support, you need to know that you're doing so. When you spend that amount of money, you're not enriching your own people. You're not giving back to the community, so to speak. You're making the wealthy wealthier. They sell high-end branded stuff, so obviously they're in a position to do so, meaning that they have the money to sell you what would otherwise be priced at that particular mark. So what I say to all of those artists is, if you can make it make sense for you, then promoting those brands and wearing their work may make sense. But as far as patronizing them and not being pleased with how you're treated, oh, you're signing up for that. You're signing up for that by sheer nature. Because at the end of the day, you're an artist. So the way I look at it is, if you're Jim Jones, Gucci needs to pay me to wear their stuff. I'm not spending $25,000 in a Gucci store ever. They're gonna have to pay me to wear that. That's the opposite end of what it is should be happening there. Because when I see you wearing Gucci now, they're promoted. So the sheer nature of you walking in there looking to be treated any old kind of ways is backwards. They should be paying you $25,000 to wear their stuff, or otherwise there should be no reason you wearing that stuff. But see, we're always looking to, you know, enhance our own value by taking what others deem as valuable and placing it on ourselves. That's one of the things that we've always done. It's a wretched understanding, in my opinion, because I never thought I needed diamonds. I never thought I needed somebody else's brand or anything like that to make me rich in worth. You know, it's that of what I can produce and what it is that I can stand on as a man that gives me my value at the end of the day. It's not somebody else's art and what they say is worth $20,000. A shirt that goes on the same way as this Lakers shirt I'm wearing right now. You know what I mean? And so it's like, maybe the material's a little better. Maybe someone took a little more time to do it, you know, put more hours into it. Maybe it had a little more science applied to it to make it a smarter way of putting something together. But at the end of the day, it's a damn shirt. It's a belt. It's got to keep your waist up. It's got to hold your pants up. That's all it's supposed to do. And so if it doesn't handle down the functionality of what it's supposed to do, then I don't care how much money you spend on it. It's just worthless at the end of the day. So these are the type of things that we kind of get lost in when we're trying to live up to other people's expectations and different fads that are in place culturally that we just, in any given moment, just must keep up with. Little red shoes or bell bottoms or whatever the heck it may be of your day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this stuff is not, none of it ages well. The fads change and you're just going to look like an outdated version of yourself when the pictures show 20 years, 30 years later, regardless. So, you know, Gucci pockets the money, continues doing whatever it is they do business-wise with your massive amount, and that goes in a closet somewhere, never to be seen again after you wear it once. You know, and you're worried about how these people treat you when you pick it up. I'm more so worried about how much you spend on it. Like, are you serious? This money gone, like just gone. And even though you got it, others don't, and you walking around with it on your chest and on your body just makes it so that those who want it are provoked to otherwise make a decision on whether or not they want to take it from you. So then you become, you know, a target more or less. And it's like you did all that to live up to somebody else's, you know, version of what they would say is valuable. But then when you walk in those places to spend your money on those valuable things, you're once again treated as worthless as they feel you are, whether you're wearing it or not. And the value that you should realize is that they should be paying you to wear it, which is why you're not being treated with respect. And so for me, I just say that's a world I do not know. What I would do, what I wouldn't do in that space, it's irrelevant because I'm not in that space. But what I can say is from the space I'm in, I'm afforded the opportunity to see that is silly. It's absolutely silly, especially when I can value $1 more so without having as many 20 G's to take care of my life right now. But that treatment would feel just as trash to me as it does to him, whether I got 20 G's extra or not to spend on that. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to spend $20, $20,000, $20 million, or any of that nature in regards to being treated poorly. I'm not paying for that. You know what I mean? So that's what it really comes down to. Whatever shirt you want to sell me, whatever product you want to provide me, whether it's 20 cents or 20 million, it's going to have to come with some type of respect. You know what I mean? Or otherwise I'm not doing business with you. And that's how I stand, from regardless of what position I'm in. So I don't know if others feel that way. You know, Jim Jones was saying he's a celebrity and he feels like, you know, he's not really being treated the way others may or what have you. He doesn't feel like he's being given the treatment that he should, and he walks around with their product promoted on him. And you know, my point is right there in his statement, you're a celebrity. You're walking around there with their stuff promoted on you. At the end of the day, even now when you put your camera in your face and tell us how poorly they're treating you, you're still promoting them to a bunch of people who would otherwise be appreciative of that treatment, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not, you're a commercial to Gucci, for Gucci, in regards to all of those who would appreciate seeing you treated that way. Because you're a celebrity. Oh, Jim Jones? We don't like that. Oh, you treated him funny. Ha ha ha. Look, go Gucci. And this is how we continue to kick the can down the road. Good publicity, bad publicity, any publicity is publicity as it pertains to business. Didn't the entertainment business teach us that? So in regards to being a famous person and you telling them what they didn't do and all this, you're still promoting them. So this is something we also need to be aware of. Even myself, when I talk about certain companies and how they do things, it's the same thing. We're still promoting them. We're still giving them a shine light on who they are and making people think of them, whether positive or not. And even though you think that may have a negative effect, at the end of the day, you're just making them more famous. And that's what it is. So I would tell Jim Jones, the conversation should not only be about the treatment and whether or not they're treating you differently based on your skin color. It should also be about the rearranging of our mindset so that we don't desire anything that they're selling us anymore. We don't need that stuff, bro. We don't need, if you look at those designs that they made, there are better artists in this world that you can probably hire yourself, find them and make your own. Sell it for 20 G's. Make your own and have celebrities wearing your business and your brand. And that's really what it should be about. We got to stop putting other people's stuff on the pedestal. This is what I said about Kanye West. That's where I think he's gone wrong. He's bought into what they deem as valuable. That is exactly where I feel he's going wrong. In every direction I look at Kanye, he's going after that thing because that's the thing they said is the most prestigious piece of art. That is the best thing they said. They need that, so therefore I gotta have that. That is the amount that makes you the richest and wealthiest, the most valuable person. So therefore, it's like all of the different things that they have set up there for him to reach for. He sees, yes, I need that, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna bring it back, and I'm gonna prove to them that I am exactly what it is that they say is prestigious. And what I'm saying is, if you're creative, you create your own. You create your own scales. Their scales matter not. That's their scales. I'm creating my entire universe right here. You know what I mean? And it's like whatever types of stuff they were on with their various things that they think are the most valuable thing, I will create my very own. I will present it to the entire world, and I'll tell them it's worth 10 times that. And that's it. And when you have that type of belief in your own artistry and you're not reaching for their versions or anyone else's versions of that, you provide something that other people can now aspire to from that, because that is all what it is that theirs is. That is all it is. It's someone else's dream or a bunch of collective dreams, the different things that they said were prestigious, and therefore, so you say, now, Kanye, so you say, rather than to show me everything that they have and bring me back all the ancient artifacts from all the greatest European people and all the Roman people, tell me what Kanye's on. You know what I mean? I'm praying to the sky and to the Lord, and he tells me that we can be creators of new nations. You know what I mean? Fathers of new nations, not reaching for old people's stuff, not looking in the past for ways to try to create different variations of what they've done. No, from scratch, brand new. We are the new Maybach. We are the new Gucci. We are the new Tommy Hilfiger. We are the new all of it. All of it. It comes from right here and right here. And the various scales that are going to be reached for, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, that's the most expensive thing. Comes from us. That's a new. Not saying, oh my God, from 1373, that was the most beautiful art piece. So therefore, forever, that's going to be the only one. No, it's not. Because I'm about to create something right now that's 10 times better than that. Mona Lisa, that's great. She's beautiful. All right, I got something new though. Look at that. It's worth 3 times that. And it's going to last twice as long. What makes me any different? Why am I any different? Because he was back then and everybody in his time said he was the thing and therefore, and pushed it on forward for everybody else to see and everybody agreed therefore. Yeah, I'm starting that now. Right now. New. BDF. That's what we on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it has to go. Then you are the artist that they said, the Michelangelos and all these great names that he wants to bring up, all these great artifact names that have been long forgotten. He's trying to reach to be these people, man. They've already lived. And you're the evolution of them. And so it's like, man, I'm not trying to wear Gucci. No disrespect to Gucci. They probably got some dope stuff. And if it's dope, I'll wear it. You know, it's cool. But For me, it's not going to be about reaching for other people's numbers or what they say great is. Hell no. No. You create your own skills. You get your own backing. And I'm watching youngsters do that every day. People under my generation are doing that every day. They get their own wave. They don't even know who came before them in a lot of situations. They just seen somebody do what it is that they love doing, and they master it themselves, and they go out and saying, I'm the great one. I ain't waiting for nobody to tell me nothing. I don't got to look in the past, find out who was great. I'm defining great. It's me. And I'm watching them do it. And people are buying. People are buying. I look at NBA young boys wave. Kids are buying. He's the greatest thing that ever lived according to these people. Ain't nothing came before him and ain't nothing come after him. And it's like, for those of us who've been on earth longer than him, it's like, nah, we've seen plenty greater than him. But it's not the point. It ain't the point. Who's to say what's greater? We always tell ourselves we need to reach up. Okay, that's cool. Reach out, though. Reach down. Let's reach in a spiral. I mean, there's so many different ways to aspire that we haven't even looked into because we're too busy trying to live up to other people's scales and expectations and what matters and trying to duplicate and make better from what they did and all that. Nah. New. From scratch, brand new creativity. Start from within. Close your eyes and tell me what you see coming from the blackness within your own heart, if that's what's there. You understand what I'm saying? But don't tell me that what they came up with is the only thing. That's the only thing. And now we got to just aspire to be that? No. Absolutely not. Tell Gucci if they're not going to treat you right and they're not going to add to the culture, if they're not going to give you what it is that provides you your value, then tell them that they can sell what they need to sell to the people that will buy it. Don't be the one who will buy it. You know, I don't know what they're into. For all I know, they think treating people poorly is what's going to make them more money. If that's a business model that they have, salute. I'm out. You feel me? I don't know what y'all on. Maybe you misidentify me as someone who wants to be treated poorly. Maybe you think I'm some type of kink. I am not. Peace. I'm out. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to do that with y'all. I don't have to react the way I'm supposed to react when you treat me the way that you treat monkeys and then wait for monkeys to throw crap around the room. And as they do, you get to say, see, they're monkeys. No, I'm not a monkey. You're somebody waiting for a monkey to throw crap around your room. I'm a human being leaving your establishment because I don't want to be hit by the crap that's coming your way. You understand what I'm saying? Stop giving these people the type of respect that they're not giving you. If they're not smart enough to treat you properly, then treat them as stupidly as to walk out of their establishment. That's lost money. You hurt yourself, friend. You do that enough times, you're going to be poor. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I ain't doing that. Stop that. I don't, with all due respect to all my brothers and sisters who've come from before me and after me in various ways, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be an Italian mobster. I don't want to be a Roman artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be any of that. I don't want to be of other cultures. I can take things from your culture and derive from it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a G. Different things that I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? Like different cultures that I'm not. I'm on my own tip. Because I know that I've taken all that I need to from the people that I love and the people that love me, and I'm incorporating it into my own thing. So as far as your cultures, I can be respectful of your culture. I can love your music and different things, but never do I have to buy fully into what anybody else is on. Never do I have to buy fully into different fads or anything like that. Create your own norms. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the norms that we agree to do not make any sense. A lot of the stuff that people are on coerce them into energies that don't bring them what they want. Patronizing people they do not respect. It is absolutely normal for Jim Jones to take $25,000 and waste it on a brand that's not going to make him any money. That is sane. And what's even more so sane is when they treat him poorly, he can turn on his phone and complain about it. I'm sorry. I don't have nothing to do with that world. I'd more so rather walk in there and, as I described 3 minutes ago, treat them that way. They look crazy to me for treating me poorly. I'm the best thing that ever happened to y'all when I walk in there. Because I'm gonna make you hot. You know what I mean? Me and my culture gonna make you hot. You don't have nothing if not for Gucci Mane. If it wasn't for his name, you have nothing. You're not even hot right now. You understand what I'm saying? So why am I coming in here paying anything to you, looking to you to give me any type of treatment other than God-like treatment? If for not me, you're not you. So that's how I feel if I'm Jim Jones. I ain't. What? It's been 10 minutes and I haven't been treated properly and I'm supposed to spend money here? Nah, I'm out. It didn't take that long. I ain't got to turn on my phone. I'm already gone. Ain't doing that. And look, I'm somebody who worked in one of those places. I was on the other side and I was a security guard at Hermes. So I know how it is. Sometimes celebrities come in and treat those guys poorly. And they're complaining about celebrities. So I don't know. Who knows? But what I can tell you is, if I walk in and I don't get the service that I deserve, regardless if I'm rich or not, I'm taking my money and I'm leaving. That's it. I'm doing all this with these people. If they got different ways that they want to run their business, they got a right to do that. They really do. They want to treat everybody that don't look like you properly and then treat you properly, or vice versa. Whatever they have a right. It's one of the things about being, particularly in America, they really do have a right to refuse service to anybody. But that too comes with something as well, and so I would just say that we should all be mindful that not everybody is sane. And if you refuse some people's service, they may come back and be, act accordingly. So these are the type of things that I just say, as somebody who worked security for 10 years, that you have to really genuinely be mindful of. And to understand that not everybody is going to treat it the way Jim Jones did. So he was very kind. He turned on his camera. And so I think that's the most important thing. You don't want your situation to turn negative. So that's what I have to say, man. Treat everybody like you want to be treated. That's what I try to do. And in this camera, I try to display my best and my worst so that it can be outletted into a certain space, instead of out into the world, into others. You know what I mean? Lashing out. And I think that that's healthy to a degree. So depending on how you're doing it. So that's really what I have to say, man. Gucci. The more famous you get, the more opportunities you will to have situations like this go better. That's obvious. I think that one would want to improve their image if they want to continue to stay hot, especially within the community, the urban community, black community, hip hop community, or what have you. So I think that community is spreading. And that's another thing I would tell Gucci: be very careful not to piss off the wrong people. Black people ain't the only people you're gonna piss off when you do stuff like this. It's true. And so awareness is spreading as well. And I think a return to humanity and a return to treating people fairly, I think is on the horizon. I really do believe that. So hopefully we're getting to that space right now where we can start normalizing treating people right, whether they got money or not, whether they're buying $20,000 worth of stuff or not. You know what I'm saying? And whether they're black or not, whether, whatever the case. Let's try to treat people right. And so that's what I got to say, man. My name is BDF 44. Thank you all for watching.